Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. As always, my name's Anton. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fantastic day because we're going to be returning to ALICIA keys, and this time Fallin. And this is a big shout out to both Merrick and Melissa on the Patreon for actually joint requesting this one. So shout out to you guys. And it's kind of blowing my mind because I didn't know ALICIA Keys was like a big artist when I was growing up. And now, like, I saw, like, no one has, like, 600 million views. This one has, like, 250 million views. So I'm just like, wow. Like, because I don't hear about ALICIA Keys. No, I never hear people talking about her. You know what I mean? She's not, like, someone like Pink or, who else? Like, Maroon 5 or something. Like, an artist that is still as relevant now as they were back in the day. And, you know, maybe I'm guessing that's actually a positive for ALICIA Keys because she was more unwilling to kind of change her sound to suit the times. And so she's kind of stayed more true to herself. I don't know, but that's just kind of my thought. And anyway, before we get into this one, as always, if you guys have any song requests for me and you want to vote on what artists come on the channel every single week, like we did actually with ALICIA Keys, join everybody in the Discord, link down below. And if you want guaranteed song requests, and you want to check out all of our full album reactions, join everybody in the Patreon, also linked down below. And that's it. So let's get into ALICIA Keys, Fallin. This is way different. Like already, this has like way more of an R&B vibe than like no one had way more of a pop vibe. Like this one, I quickly, like when I was looking at the lyrics on Genius, I didn't look at the lyrics, but when I was just pulling that page up, so when we look at them after this is done, I saw this is 2001. So she's also been around for way longer than I assumed at first. Yeah, right now this kind of feels 90s to me. Okay, never mind. Maybe that's not the song. She has a good voice. Wait a minute. This might be a song I think I recognize. I don't recognize this. It was just that one note. Oh! Yeah. Wow, this is ALICIA Keys? Man, I haven't heard this song in years. I never knew this was by ALICIA Keys because either this wasn't a movie soundtrack or, man, I think I've heard this song probably once or twice in my life. And like every time I hear it, I think it was in a movie soundtrack because this has a very atmospheric sound. You know what I mean? Like this, that chorus, maybe it's the background vocals, maybe it's the keyboard. There's something about this song. It has a dreamy vibe, man. It has a very just otherworldly, not spiritual, but like an otherworldly vibe to it. And I think, you know, pardon me, but I think on first listen, I think this is a way cooler song than No One. Like I think No One, you know, had a bombastic pop sound, but that one, like, it was more normal to me. I'm like, okay, I've heard stuff like this. This though, man, I feel like this song's special, I think. You know, the vibe of this one. I feel like not many songs get written that have this vibe. Like this is sensual. This is really good. And again, I always love finding stuff that like, man, 2001, eh? So this was 2001 by ALICIA Keys. So she was actually, I thought No One was her first big hit. So no, she's been around the block before that. She's cool, man. Okay. I love that piano. Wow.
More than
She has a lot of soul, man. I like her. Great orchestration too. Whoa! That's like gospel or like. Yeah, I got chills a bit. Wow, this instrumental is amazing. Wow, man. Oh man, that song is so cool. That song is awesome. I love the video too. I love the twist ending. I was not expecting that at all. That, yeah, when she was going by the prison and looking at those workers, that she was going to the prison to meet her boyfriend. Wow, man, that is a cool song, man. That is a cool song. Vibes for days, man. And I also I really like Alicia Keys' style in this. Like, I feel like this is like just really her. Like, in No One, you know, she just looked like another pop singer, you know what I mean? Like a lot of sheen. And this one, I feel like I like her attitude. Like, I like just like that this is, it's so different. It feels like a different human being compared to No One. Like the person that, the character, or, you know, who she was in these two music videos comes across so different. You know what I mean? But yeah, this song was so cool, man. I keep falling in and out of love with you, man. Yeah, even like look at the, there's so much more attitude with her back in the day, man. That's I would have never guessed that. Like, if someone showed me, like, when I listen to No One, if someone showed me this picture, and I wouldn't even recognize her, actually. Like, I'd be like, oh, that's not her, that's someone else. Like, it's just the vibe is so different. Produced by Alicia Keys, so she came on the scene and she was already producing her own stuff. Songs in a Minor. Oh, yo, that's a cool name for an album too. Songs in a Minor. Wow. And oh, Songs in A Minor. Oh, that's even cooler. Let's see what she said about it. Oh, this is gonna be cool. Because yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I won't say too much about it, but like at first I just thought it was about, you know, falling in and out of love with someone. So we'll see if there's something deeper beneath that, though. Fallin is the successful lead single from her debut studio album, Songs in A Minor. This single gained worldwide success, earning Keys 3 Grammy Awards out of 4 nominated. Whoa, man. Yeah, it's an amazing song. This is an amazing song. This is one of my favorite pop songs we've done in a while. Pop, soul, crossover. Because I consider this a crossover. Because it's easy on the ears. It has that soul R&B vibe that, like, I don't know, like Mary J. Blige sometimes taps into. I just love. But then it has like that, yeah, it has a bit of a pop. It's just easy to listen to. It's not too hard. When asked about the background behind the song, Keys told Billboard, "I wanted to write a song for someone who is 10 or 12 years old. Like a young Michael Jackson." Wow. Wow. Even though he was young, he was singing some deep stuff back then. The song is about the ins and outs of a relationship. Sometimes you're completely head over heels in love with someone. Sometimes you can't stand that person. Okay, you guys know what I'm going to say there. Yeah, trauma bonding, right? It's funny. I feel like I go through these cycles on this channel, and even just in my life, where I'm just obsessed with understanding something. And so for about 2 months there, it was trauma bonds. I was trying to understand the human psyche and relationships, and what is the difference between a bad relationship and a good relationship, and like, is it opposites attract always yield kind of toxicity, or can you get something good? And so, like, you know, that was such a big theme of my life that I feel like I talked about in like every friggin' video. And then now every time I bring up trauma bonds, I just laugh at myself. I go, I've talked about that a lot. But yeah, so pretty much, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I've talked about this before. And if you don't, essentially what a trauma bond is it's an addictive relationship, usually within your first 5 relationships of your life, when you're being ruled by your traumas and your wounds and your insecurities from youth. A lot of time that you get from your parents or society. And what happens is 2 people that are really broken people that come together, and they have this, like, they feel like, oh my God, this person completes me. But it's because they're so devoid of a half of themselves that the other person plays that half, and they're devoid of half of who they are. So they end up being addicted to each other. They need each other. They're constantly jealous, toxic, all this stuff. And that's what this is. So this is just literally, she's talking about trauma bonds. And this is exactly it. Sometimes you're completely head over heels in love, which I would, yeah, you could use the word love. You can also call it lust-filled love. It's like, it's very lusty, it's very infatuation, but you still can like love the person, care about them deeply, but it's, your mind is hijacked by your emotions and your like pheromones and all that kind of stuff. You fall in and out. Sometimes it goes back and forth, and that's just what relationships are about. Oh, wow. And that's just what relationships are about. Wow, so she was really young and she didn't understand yet that you could have a healthy relationship. Because that's true, man. My first relationships, like, you know, even my last relationship still fell in this. So yeah, I get it. It's like when you're young, it's like that's what you think love is. You think love is addictive until you kind of meet someone who's actually sorted their shit out, and you've sorted yours out, and you go, wow, we can love each other without being addicted to each other. We can love each other without needing each other. Because if you feel like you need somebody, that's where it's incredibly unhealthy. And if you want to hear me talk about more of this, just look up a lot of my videos that probably came out about 2 or 3 months ago. It was when I was in that like Jewel. I talked about it a lot with Pink, Like a Pill, Sheryl Crow. There's a couple artists that theme kept coming up. On how everyone told her the song would never. What? This song's amazing. How can it never work? It's kind of hard to forget the first one, especially with my first song, because that song was Fallin. And because basically everybody told me that song wouldn't work. Why? It really signified that you can be who you are. That I can be who I am, says Keys. I don't have to follow anybody else to get where I hope to go. And to be able to be recognized and just be able to be appreciated and loved. Wow. And for people to love what you do, you can just be you. I picked that up with this one. It was so her. And I really liked that. It was different. Like I said, like a lot of people, you know, as they get really big pop stars, they just kind of turn into the same person. Everybody's like the same archetype. And what's so cool, and this is what I love about Mary J. Blige, and this is what I love about Alicia Keys in this song, is that there was just such a style. Like there was just such like, I'm like, oh, I'm in her world now. When I was listening to this song, I felt like I was in Alicia Keys' world. You know what I mean? I was soaking up the vibes of her world, her attitude, her voice, her soul, her youth, her innocence, her just all of these things. Like it was just, this was an experience for me. This was a really cool song. What has the media said about the song? In 2018, NPR ranked this as the number 8 greatest song by a female or non-binary artist in the 21st century sang. With a few simple arpeggiated piano chords, Alicia Keys went from a teen prodigy whose promising career was being fumbled by the recording industry to a powerful voice capable of dominating radio charts around the world. Wow. What a way to make a debut. With a progression sample from James Brown's It's a Man, Man, Man's World. Okay, I want to hear that song on an album that also included a Prince-approved cover of How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore. Wow. Alicia Keys is way cooler than I thought she was. Yeah, I feel like no one didn't show me who she was. That was a great song. I loved listening to it, but it didn't show me who she was. You know, this really showed me who she was. And again, people change. She might be different now. More kind of simple. I'm not sure. Keys established herself as a well-schooled, deeply feeling artist whose roots were firmly planted in the American soul, funk, and R&B tradition, but whose style was distinctly her own. Wow. This was awesome. Yeah. This is an amazing song. What do you guys think of it? Let me know down below. And what other Alicia Keys songs should we check out? Let me know down below, because if none of the patrons bring anything, I'll be coming to you guys for ideas. So let me know down below. And if you guys enjoyed this reaction and you want help out with the almighty YouTube algorithm, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're digging the content. You guys know what we do around here. Pretty much 70s to 2000s. Soft rock, pop, and alternative hits. That's the biggest thing we do. Other stuff too, but that's the consistent content that we put out. And also, I want to give a big shout out to my tier 3 patrons, of course. So we got Jason, Melanie, Ayla, Charles, David, Kelly, Laura, Mans, Matt, Melissa, Merrick, Nora, Paul, Robbie, Scott, and Stuart. So shout out to all of you guys. And yeah, if you guys enjoy anything I talk about in these videos, I have a podcast link down below. And that's it. So I'll see all of you guys again tomorrow. I love you. Peace.